So what you see is I'm doing 3 holes with this stick. You can use whatever you want, but I'm gonna make 3 holes because I'm going to consecrate the candles. So I'm making 3 holes in each of the candles, the yellow and the red. And now I'm gonna do the red candle. I make 3 holes. So after I made the 3 holes, okay, I oiled down the candles with just pure virgin olive oil. And now I'm gonna light the wicks. And now I'm going to pray el Santito un rosario. So now I'm gonna light some carbón para el Santito. And I'm gonna hold it carefully. Para el Santo. And now that the carbón is on, I'm going to place it into the incense burner with some incense. Now that I have the incense lit for San Expedito, I'm going to bless el altar and bless myself and purify myself. And now I'm going to pray to San Expedito, give him a prayer. And I'll leave a prayer down below to give him thanks. On today, on his feast day, which is today, is April 19th, the feast day of San Expedito. So when I do make an offering to San Expedito, I give him queso de papa. Queso de papa is a Spanish, a natural, mild, sharp cheddar cheese. This is what I like to give him. And this is guava paste. Now, this I pick up at any local Hispanic market. If you cannot find this type, the reason why I get this is more symbolic, because to me it reminds me of the crate that was used to ship Saint Expedite to the church, whether it was in France or New Orleans. So this is more of a symbolic gesture. It comes in this wooden box and the guavas are inside and nicely packaged and tied. So this is more of a symbolism, but if you cannot get this guava, then any guava that I've showed or I'll show within the video, you can pick up that type of guava. He loves guava, he loves yuca chips, which I didn't pick up. He likes plantain chips. He likes pork rinds, guava, and also a panuela, which is the panuela is that, what's that? What we call it? It's brown sugar. I like to sweeten up his coffee and all that with the brown sugar. Oh, panela, I'm sorry about that. If you cannot find panela, then you can also use a brown sugar. But I'm going to open this up so you can see it, what it looks like. Okay, so you can see it, what it looks like. And I leave this on the altar. But I take one out to give them as an offering. Okay, and then this is where the guava comes. So I'm going to give him 3 of these guavas as an offering. And they come individually wrapped. But if you cannot find this, any guava paste will do. And it comes wrapped up in banana leaf. Very tropical. And there's the guava. Now that I petitioned San Expedito, if you notice in the beginning of the video, I washed him down. And I'm going to make him offering because I petitioned him to give me some more work. I asked him for something that, you know, of course, we all like to work. So now that I washed him down and I have his incense and I prayed, I did the prayer, I have some perfume here that I'm going to perfume him down. All my spirits, me personally, like to perfume them down. So let me find the nozzle, which is right there. And be careful because there's a flame there. I like to just perfume him down, perfumarlo, so that he's ready. Remembering to be careful with the flame, just to perfume them down and perfume the altar down and the cloth behind him. Perfumarlo, because this saint has worked for me, and now that I cleansed him and I purified him, I am giving him light, I'm giving him incense, and now I am perfuming him down in gratitude and thanksgiving for that which he has given me. So you will see that in most of my videos, all my spirits, they have their own favorite perfume. And this is one that I just used for this santo. Now that I perfumed him down, I'm going to, if you see, I put palm fronds there. Palm fronds are very sacred to San Expedito. Not sure if this San Expedito has the palm fronds, but I put some from Palm Sunday. Now I'm going to light another candle because now I'm going to give him his offerings of food. And this is better when you can see what you're doing. Okay. And now I'm going to light this candle right here. And this is the way I do it. Okay. And now I'm going to place his favorite offerings in gratitude. So here is my offerings to San Expedito. I prayed to him, I perfumed him down, and I got him his water. He loves his water. He loves his red and yellow candles. So I'm going to start over here. I have some cafe, and I sweeten that with panela. If you cannot get panela, you can get brown sugar. You notice that I also put palm fronds. These palm fronds are from Palm Sunday. Okay, so I got his cafe with brown sugar. I got on the palm leaves, I got crackers with guava paste and cheese. On this side, I have a soda de merengue, meringue soda, very popular with Hispanic cultures. San Expedito, he loves his bizcocho or his torta. Bizcocho is what we call it in Puerto Rico, and the rest of the Latin American countries, they call this torta. This is pound cake. To sweeten him up, I like to give him 3 slices, and I also give him menta, mint candy para endulzarlo. And then of course I give him bread and butter. Over here we have frambuesa. Frambuesa is it's like a, raspberry soda. Okay, and then over here I have a glass of whiskey. Now I leave this up until I started this. I'm leaving this up until his feast day, which is the next day, which is April 16th. That will be on the night of the full moon. Okay. Now again, he does love plantain chips, plátanos, plantain chips. He loves yuca chips or cassava, fried cassava, and he loves pork rinds. But since I'm on a diet, I decided to skip on that. His colors are red and yellow, and some also ascribe to him the color green. So I want to show you. Right there you see el pan dulce, sweet bread with butter. La torta or el bizcocho, the pound cake with the mint. the guava with the crackers, el café, el merengue, the raspberry, and then he has a glass of whiskey. I try to only give him, this is I do for him when I petition him, when I ask of him, but since it is his feast day, April 19th, I wanted to give him something special. Okay, he did comply or comprometió with a request that I requested of him, which I'm going to go a little bit further with that. But I just wanted to show you his servicios, his offerings, his service. San Expedito or San Expedito is generally depicted as a Roman soldier, often stepping on a raven. I don't think you can see it on this one, but maybe you can see it here. And if you can't see him stepping on the raven, then I'll just place a picture. But he was depicted as a Roman soldier stepping on a raven or a crow. And the crow is often, there's the word or a piece of paper on his mouth that says cras. Cras means tomorrow. And often San Expedito is holding a cross with the word udi. Udi means today. Okay, the crow or the raven is depicted as an omen of death, and some say that it's the Djinn or, and remember that word Djinn, okay? It's the Djinn Shaitan or the devil or the devil, Diablo Satan, that came to him in the form of a raven or of a crow, while crowing or saying, convert tomorrow, convert tomorrow, convert tomorrow. And San Expedito, being not a saint that procrastinate, converted that very day, which according to folklore, if he had waited that the next day, he was decapitated the following day, so he would not have been able to convert. So that is a symbol of him not waiting for tomorrow, or not putting off for tomorrow what one can do today, because you don't know what tomorrow will bring. And San Expedito, being a saint that does not procrastinate, he did it that day. So that's just one folklore that goes with this santo. Now, little is known about the actual life of Saint Expedite or San Expedito, or if that was really his real name. People say, or the Roman Church says, that he was a Roman centurion that lived in Armenia, who was martyred around April 303. Armenia in what is modern day Turkey. Now, there are legends that are associated with San Expedito. One attributes the legend to France, and one attributes the legend to New Orleans, where a box, a big crate with the word expediti, which means to expedite, had come to a church, whether it was in France or in New Orleans. And the nuns, not understanding the word expeditus or expeditus, began to honor him, thinking that that was his name, began to honor him as San Expedito. So this, of course, some people said it happened in France, and some people say that it happened in New Orleans. So I want you to hear the song in the background. It is in honor of Gede Limbo, which a lot of people in the 21 division associate San Expedito with Gede Limbo. Gede Limbo is a spirit of the cemetery. If you don't know what the Gede are, that's who he is often associated with in the 21 division. Now, before you make an offering to San Expedito, or as you see, I'm giving him an offering, make sure that you petition him first and ask him for the request or the favor that you want. Remember that the santos, the saints, are not, that's what I mentioned earlier, they are not jinn. You can't rub a magic lamp and expect them to come whenever you call. They are not watchdogs or dogs that are there waiting for you to command. And then, of course, no, that is not the way it works. I honor San Expedito as a saint, as a loa, both. So I have a great respect with the saint. I would never ask the saint nothing that is not meant for me. So I would not sit there and petition San Expedito for a bunch of money when that's not for me. I would rather petition San Expedito to open the doorways that I may receive work, you know, to support myself. When San Expedito gives me the favor, then after that is completed, I give him his offerings. These offerings are never thrown away in the garbage. Some people, depending if he is Gede Limbo, you place it by the entranceway of a cemetery. And if you are working with a Santo Gede Limbo, San Expedito, then you place all this offering. After he completes that task which you've asked of him, then you leave it by the foot of a tree, and some people leave it by a crossroads. Remember, the Santos are not Djinn. You can't rub a magic lamp and ask them, you know, and they're there to fulfill any command that you want. It doesn't work like that. Honor the spirits, honor the saints, you know. This one's my aunt's San Expedito that I inherited, and this one is mine. But this has been in my family, and so I don't pull them out whenever I need them, you know, from the altar room. Whenever I light candle to the group of saints that I place him in, I make sure that he's washed, that he's cleaned and all that. But I did ask him for a special request, and he did complete. And after he completed, I gave him his offerings. His pan dulce with butter, sweet bread, his pound cake, his guava, his coffee, the sodas that he likes to drink, and his whiskey. And some people leave him cigars. After this, I will leave this by a tree, me personally, and I will pay the Santo, the saint, with some change and thank him. Anyway, I'm sure a lot of people are asking me, well, why honor him on this day? Today, April 19th, is Saint Expedito's feast day. And as a Gede, April, the night of April 30 until May 1st is the time pretty much like Halloween and the Day of the Dead, when the veils between the world and the living is very thin. Okay, so this is when I honor also the dead. If you haven't seen my video on Saint Deshacedor or Saint Andur, Baron Zumbi, go check it out. I did that last week. Okay, San Expedito's numbers that we work with, I'm sorry, not numbers, the days that are associated with him is usually Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And his numbers usually is like 3, okay? 3 or 9. And if you see, I left him 3 pieces of bread here, 3 slices of pound cake, okay? And actually there's 4 things to drink, but anyway, so, and I have his 3 candles, okay? But you can light 3 or 9. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe, share this channel with your social media, your friends. Leave those comments down below, and please hit the notification bell button to make sure that you receive notifications of when I post new videos, which I try to post new videos once a week. Anyways, this is Sancista Brujo Luis. Much love, much respect always. Sancista Brujo Luis.